All right, welcome back. This is step 2, okay? This is the second area that you need to focus on when you're porting your intake. What it is in here, and I'll splice in some better pictures as we go into there. But on your inside here, as you come off into the port, about 1 to 1.5 inches in there, maybe all up to 2 inches in there. And I'm going to drop this down. This will actually show you what it is. It's a tight area, the tight side, the short side bend right there. Typically, when air flows from your intake, it runs on the top of the intake port, and then it'll actually go on the long side of the port. Air is a lot like electricity. It tends to take the path of least resistance. So most of your air and stuff like that will flow through there, and if you put a velocity readings and take them from there, you'll notice that the greatest pressures will be from those particular areas. So what happens in here, you can see on this side, notice how the bend is definitely tighter here, and this is, you just envision this is the outside, okay? It's nicer, gradual, longer. So what happens is it kind of tightens up there, and it adds a little bit of, it's not as a straight shot. So, and I'm going to give you an example. When I was working the number 3 that I talked about, which was actually the lowest performing port as far as the CFM flow, when I flowed this towards the end of it after doing all the work, this guy was actually only flowing about 315 CFM. Well, what I went back is I went into this area in that short side bend, okay, and I really worked the area. I took about 80 thousandths material off overall. I blended it in there real nicely. It wasn't just a big cut, okay? You have to work it in there and blend it in smoothly, all right? Because you need it to, you don't want it to be choppy, because that'll hurt you as the air comes in there, and it can cause some turbulence with the other flowing air that's coming off the long side of it, all right? So make sure that when you do work it, it's not a matter of just gouging it in there, but it's blending it in and taking the material down so that it has a nice transition in, and it pulls in with the rest of it. Not actually disturbing the actual other airflow, but blending into it. But so I worked that area down there, and what had happened was when I reflowed that picked up this number 3 port, just by working that area, picked up 15 CFM. Okay, some of the other areas you may not pick that much up, but it could be worth on others, typically that area, depending on what you work on, it could be worth anywhere from 10 to 15 CFM. So if you're just to do the minimum, working the port area, port matching it, and the short side on this particular intake, that can be anywhere, if we're taking our low numbers, 35 and 10, that's 45 CFM. That's actually almost the majority. That's almost 80% of what this guy ended up flowing. So, and that could be, depending on your skill level, that could be maybe 6 hours worth of work, and you got this guy running out of the box pretty damn good. So consider that, and then if you're wanting to get some more out of it, stay tuned, and let's move into section 3.